Oh my god, bro. Chat, my heart almost dropped. What a feeling. What a feeling, bro. That's why I play the hobby. That's why I'm a part of the hobby, bro. For moments like this. Such a nice hobby. Wow. It's like bowling, dart. It's like such a good sport, bro. Such a nice hobby.
Casino? Kein Casino.
It's not casino. Hä? Why did he do this? He said like, no, not casino. It's not, it's a hobby.
Natürlich nicht.
It's, hä?
Selbstverständlich.
Some people play football. Some people play American football.
Have you ever wondered why a Counter-Strike case unboxing session might be more perilous than a trip to the casino? Today, we're going to dive into the dark side of CS case unboxings, revealing why they can be even more addictive and risky than traditional gambling. To understand why opening up CS cases can be so addictive, let's first break down how they work.
Home tab, you'll notice a weekly care package. Earn an XP rank in order to get it. Your care package rewards will be revealed to you when you earn your first XP rank of the week. This is your private or casual rank, and you can see it by clicking your profile right over here. This progress tells you exactly how much XP you need to get the next rank, and every time you play the game, every week, you'll get a weekly XP boost in order to get you way more XP really quickly. You could be lucky enough to get yourself a rare case, which could be worth a good $1. Then when you rank up, you'll get a pop-up that looks like this. What you can do is select 2 rewards once a week, so definitely choose a case as that'll be worth the most amount, and you can choose one of these random items. Then you can click claim rewards, and just like that, you'll get them added to your inventory. The following week you can do it again, assuming you rank up once more.
Troubleshoot does an amazing job of explaining how CS2 cases are dropped. This is actually a pretty recent update in the past year. Previously, they would be randomly dropped, so people would sit idle in different servers to hopefully get a drop at the end of the game, and Valve did this to hopefully remove people who are case farming. So we know how you're able to get 1 case a week. How are people doing these 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 case unboxing sessions? That's because there's a whole secondary market behind cases. This is the Steam Marketplace, one of the several marketplaces where you can actually buy and sell cases. As you can see, each one of them has their own price point depending on how rare they are, how good the skins are in them. But yeah, so if you're wanting to buy more than 1 case, you can actually just go to the Steam Market, put in some cash in your Steam wallet, and purchase a bunch of cases all at once. As you can see, there are cases starting at 20 cents all the way down to $80+. So that's how a lot of people are doing the mega case unboxings. To actually open the case, you have to purchase what's called a key. A key will run you $2.49, and that key gives you the access to any of the skins within the case. So you can see here that there are blue skins, purple skins, pink skins, red skins, and then a gold item. The gold can be either gloves or a knife. Each skin also comes with a wear value or what's called a float value. That's going to show how many scratches the skin or gloves or knife's going to have. The lower the wear value or float, the more clean it's going to look, and it's more desirable a lot of the time. Obviously, there are some outliers where some skins look cooler and battle scarred, but I've popped up on the screen the float values and where they sit in terms of factory new, minimal wear, field tested, well worn, and battle scarred. I know that a lot of you already know how case unboxings work, but I just want to get on the same page before we dive deeper into the video. And I'm sure you're wondering, wait, why is this so bad? We're just opening up cases to get these cool camos or skins for our guns. But it's the allure of obtaining that rare and valuable skin that drives people like me to participate in this lottery with the hope that I'm going to finally strike it big.
What kind of boxes are you opening, man?
Revolver case, bro. It has the OG knives. Like Karambit case on, you can get a $1.5 million Karambit. The #1 pattern blue gems, maybe. That's what I'm going for, bro. Been going for it for like 4 years now. Opening cases every day.
Are you down?
Couple of tens of thousands.
But here's the thing. CS case unboxing share striking similarities with traditional forms of gambling. Both involve elements of chance, anticipation, and excitement.
Jackpot! Yeah!
Psychologically speaking, the thrill of opening up a case with the anticipation of pulling a rare item can be just as intense as pulling the lever on a slot machine.
In gold,
Please, we need that.
Bro! Is that it? Is that max win?
That must be it!
Is that max?
Wait! That has to be it! Bro, you max one, bro! Yes, go on!
You damn right, Zesty. You damn right, Zesty.
Celestial victory, bro. Mate.
I'm sure most of you have heard this saying, Vegas wasn't built on winners. And that's true. The house is always going to win. And that's because of a little something called house edge. Recently, you've probably heard the term RTP or return to player. They've done a bit of a rebranding on house edge because return to player sounds a lot more appealing to the average player. But what is return to player? According to Penn National Gaming, a massive casino company here in the US, return to player is a phrase utilized by casino gaming operators to explain the percentage of prizes that will likely be returned to you depending on the funds that you deposit at any given game. For example, blackjack has a 98 to 99% return to player, roulette has a 97.3% return to player, craps has around a 98.5% return to player, and so on. In simple terms, this means that if you deposit $100 and are playing a game with a 98% return to player, you should expect to get $98 back from that initial deposit of $100. Casinos are required to be transparent and provide the RTP of each game so that you know what to expect before depositing your funds. But here's the catch. RTP is calculated with essentially an unlimited bankroll, and that's the problem. 99.9999% of people don't have an unlimited bankroll. I could go to a casino and deposit $1,000 and lose it all in 5 minutes spinning a slot machine. And RTP is calculated as if I had unlimited bankroll and could spin that slot machine millions and millions of times. One day I could lose $1,000 and then the next day I could go up $5,000, but it's all gonna even out to whatever the RTP of that game is. To summarize, in the end, the house will always win. There's a reason why the gambling industry worldwide as of 2021 is worth $231 billion, and that doesn't come from people winning. And I'm sure you're wondering, wait, how does this all relate to opening up Counter-Strike cases? Well, like I said earlier, there's a lot more parallels than you think, and the problem is, casinos and online gambling companies are heavily regulated, but our friends over at Valve are able to operate in a gray area and have a different way of doing things. While traditional gambling is heavily regulated, CS case unboxings operate in a largely unregulated space. There are no age restrictions or consumer protections in place, leaving minors and vulnerable individuals susceptible to exploitation. This lack of oversight raises serious ethical concerns about the impact of gambling-like mechanics on young players.
Case. That'd be pretty sick if we got like a water elemental. I've always wanted that. Holy shit! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
I know that this has been covered ad nauseum, so I wanted to go a different direction. Loot boxes and loot box sites are a hot topic among the gambling community and its regulators, and I wanted to shed more light on the lack of transparency that Valve has shown its players over the past decade. But first, let's quickly touch on case odds. So when opening up a case in CS2, you have around an 80% chance of opening up a blue, a 16% chance of opening up a purple, a 3.2% chance of opening up a pink, a 0.64% chance of opening up a red, and then finally a 0.26% chance of opening up a gold. You also have a 14.71% chance of factory new, 24.68% chance of minimal wear, 43.18% chance of field tested, 7.92% chance for well worn, and finally 9.93% chance for battle scarred. The Desert Hydra is actually one of those rare occasions where I think that Battle Scarred actually looks cooler, so there are times where Battle Scarred's actually more expensive than factory new. Also, opening up a skin in Stat Track is actually 10 times more likely than opening it up in normal, and that has a big effect on the price. So you can see here we're on CS Float, another skins marketplace, looking at the AK-47 slate. It is around 4.5 times more expensive in Stat Track than it is in regular. And I'm sure you're wondering, what does this have to do with the lack of transparency on Valve's part? Because until 2018, the players were going blindly against the odds without knowing their chances. After CSGO made its debut in China, the distributor of the game, Perfect World, was obligated to share the wear and grade odds of the cases. So we were going in blindly until Valve was legally required to release the case odds in order to be released in China, which is now one of its biggest player bases as well as biggest skin collecting communities. The difference is when you click into an online slot, the RTP is shown in the top left as well as in the game description. The same can be said about the CSGO gambling websites. You know what you're getting into because you can see the case odds and what percentage you have to actually profit on each case. And there's a reason why case unboxings have been banned in countries like the Netherlands and Belgium, as well as making headlines in other countries like Austria. Opening Counter-Strike cases is gambling, but with worse odds than going to a casino or opening up cases on a loot box site. Counter-Strike YouTuber Sparkles actually went ahead and tested this theory while I was recording this video, and here were his results.
Well, after opening all of the classic cases on Skin Club, we made a loss of about $32, $33. And from our CS2 case opening, we actually got less value in skins than on Skin Club, and we spent way more, making our loss in CS2 about $260. I think Skin Club easily comes out on top. GG, Skin Club wins.
So Sparkles went ahead and tested that theory. Is opening up cases on one of those CS loot box sites actually more profitable than opening up cases in Counter-Strike itself? And the answer is yes, it is. There are plenty of sites that show the average return on investment when opening up CS cases. You can see all the numbers here. The thing that alarms me is when calculating all of the return on investment, you get an average return to player of anywhere from 52 to 59%. A whopping 33% lower than any online slot machine I could find. Not to mention, these sites actually have KYC or Know Your Customer, where they verify that everybody's over 18, and so that they can make sure that there's no underage gambling happening. There's also a provably fair system in place to make sure that what you're doing is actually fair, and you can go ahead and check that as well. So there's no verification in place when opening up Counter-Strike cases that the user that is gambling that money is over the age of 18. It's also proven that opening up CS cases is actually less profitable than a trip to the casino or going to one of these online loot box sites. But for some reason, Valve's still getting a pass, especially in the CS community. Creators like OniPixel and TDM Jesus are amongst two of the many creators who are anti these gambling sites. And don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan of both of them and watch every one of their videos and tune into a lot of their streams. But because they're so anti-gambling, I'm sure they're not spending their time and money opening cases. Why don't we check it out? But ultimately, the point of this video was to show that opening up CS cases is actually worse than traditional gambling. The RTP is lower than anything I've ever seen, there's no regulation in place, and because it's only skins for your guns, it seems to get this sort of pass from other creators in the community. And don't get me wrong, I've spent my fair share of time on these case unboxing sites and I've always ended up with a loss, so don't think of this as some sort of endorsement in any way. And maybe I'm just salty because I've opened 650 cases and I've never pulled a gold. You can watch me open a case every day to prove that. But ultimately, it's been proven that opening up cases is actually worse for you than going to the casino. So I hope us as a community can stop just calling it the hobby when it actually can be super dangerous for people that can't afford it. Thanks everybody for checking out the video. Would love to know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think case unboxings is actually worse than traditional gambling? And apologies for the lack of videos as of lately. This one actually took me quite a bit of time. I'm not used to this documentary style video, so it took me a lot of time to kind of learn how to do it. But I did have a lot of fun making it, so I'm going to continue making videos this style as well as my traditional videos. Leave a like if you enjoyed and make sure to subscribe for more videos like this coming up. In the meantime, I hope you guys have an amazing day and I'll see you in the next one.